Question number 1. It was lovely being back in Cyprus. I was there in 1996 doing holidays with my family, and I have to say that many things have changed. I have to say that I love the climate, I love the food, and I love the people, and I would love to come back very soon. Question number 2. My studies concerning music and singing in human beings began when I was studying phonetics and phonology and language acquisition at the University of Stuttgart in Germany. I finished my master degree in 2003, and I was actually researching how music and singing can affect language acquisition in children. And then after many years of touring and being in the studio myself and learning so much about my own voice, how I could strengthen my voice, what are the tricks that could help you if you're going on stage, being in a live situation, or if you're going to record something in the studio. All these things is something I learned by doing, learned by myself. So I never went to a university to study music or a high school, but I learned it through my own experience and by doing. So then throughout the years I got quite many requests concerning vocal coaching, and in 2018 I decided, okay, I'm ready to do it. And then COVID happened, and many people reached out, not only for education in certain singing manners, but also because they wanted to know, why is my voice weak? I would like to know how to get my voice stronger. So we would have to look at blockages and traumas in that person's life. So vocal coaching is not only for the singing techniques, for the special singing manners. It's also work with your heart and your soul and your past and traumas that we have to dissolve, and it's all based on personal experience. Question number 3. I felt such a warmth in my heart when I greeted the people at the masterclass, and I felt like it was the perfect people in the venue who came to the masterclass. Question number 4. Karmasonic is actually about karma and sound. In my karma there is something that tells me it's important to give my teachings to the world, to give advice to the world. If somebody is looking for information, how to strengthen the inner and the outer voice. Sonic is a sound, that's your voice and how you resonate with the rest of the universe. Karmasonic is for everybody. My youngest participant is 5 and the oldest so far is 75, and if you are interested in working with me, you can go on my Karmasonic homepage, and you'll also find Karmasonic by Liv Kristine on Facebook, and I wish you a warm welcome to get to know your voice and to work on your voice in a holistic way. I always work in a holistic way, and I think that's the basic for working with your inner and outer voice. Question number 5. Of course, I can offer working on special singing manners and special techniques, as well as many tricks when going on stage or going into the studio. I also work with couples. I work with groups. I would like to work with classes as well. If you're somebody who likes to sing in the shower or sing in the car, I'm sure there is something I can teach you. And I also think that it's important, if you want to strengthen your voice, to seek advice how you can do it. And maybe you're somebody who has been singing classical for many years. Maybe you even studied classical singing and you would like to try out a softer voice, and that's also something we can do together. So I'm ready for any questions, for any tasks, and I'm just it's for me a huge experience to work with all my students from all over the world. Question number 6. I would describe myself as somebody who is really in love with life and trying to understand life. And in my life, it's important, if I have learned something which is which could be useful for other people, that's in my responsibility to teach and to give this information to other people, because I really learned that between birth and death there is something called life, right? Sometimes life is broken, sometimes life is beautiful. Life is both. And if we learn to accept that and to keep the mind apart from the soul, I think that's very important. Sometimes we have a monkey mind, a really crazy mind with a lot of stuff going on in our daily lives. And we have to learn that we can find silence in our souls. I was born on Valentine's Day in 1976 in the very dark west coast of Norway, in a city called Stavanger. I had very young parents and they listened to a lot of metal and to ABBA, so our home was always filled with music. Metal was the real music for me, as well as the female vocals and harmonies of ABBA. So in the beginning of the 90s, I met some guys and we formed Theater of Tragedy. We started touring the world and releasing albums, and it's still, when I'm thinking back, that I was born on this quiet place in Norway, and then Theater of Tragedy happened and everything that came after that. It's kind of incredible, but that's the place where it all came. Aware of voices and different music genres at the age of 3. And at that age, I was already that girl standing in front of the mirror with a hairbrush in my hand and just loving music and loving singing. And well, nothing has changed except the fact that now I have mostly a stage or a studio where I sing, and not with a hairbrush in my hand, but with a microphone. Liv's Eyes, my second band, came to life in 2002, 2003, together with Chris Lukaup, a bass player, and we started making magic melodies And with Liv's Eyes I released 6 albums, and I have to say that I'm very proud of every album, and I loved working with the concepts of every album and the lyrics and all the languages, and every album somehow has a tight link to my home, to my birthplace, to Stavanger, to the history of the Vikings. Question number 9. Liv's Eyes is a part of, is a chapter in my life where there were a lot of things going on, being in the band, going on tour, releasing albums, as well as being a mother. So I have to say, as a founding member of Liv's Eyes, it was hard for me when I lost Liv's Eyes in 2016, and it happened all of a sudden. But now I have to say it was a very, very important part of my life, and I grew a lot, especially when it comes to voice. Something I also talk about in the masterclasses, how to come from a softer voice, the one you also know from the earlier Theatre of Tragedy albums, to really grow into singing classical. And it has been an amazing experience for me, an amazing path. And today I have to say it's a great honor to work with people from all over the world, working with different musical genres and also different various singing manners. Question number 10. I have to say that in the beginning, when we were on the road, there weren't many other women around, and mostly I was the only woman on the tour bus. I have to say one thing, I really hated cleaning up in the very morning after the party has ended. Mostly I went to sleep. I'm more the kind of person who really likes to sleep much and long. And often I also had my child on tour. But what I really hated was cleaning up the bus in the morning and taking away all the dirty socks. But I'm happy to see more women in the metal now. I think it's very important that women can also be a part of the heavy metal development. It's about time that we can have at least 50-50. Question 11. Yes, finally I'm very happy to release my 6th solo album April the 21st. And this album has the deep emotions of Theatre of Tragedy's 3rd album, Aegis. It's the same composer behind River of Diamonds as well as Aegis. There is less traditional music on this album. This is a gothic rock metal album with beautiful melodies and a lot of space for harmonies and emotional singing. This album is my most important album because it also reflects my personal growth and my personal process in coming home to myself. And this album is like the book of my life. The video shoot for In Your Blue Eyes was just wonderful. We went into wonderful landscapes. I had wonderful people around me, and I'm so glad it wasn't freezingly cold. We had nice weather, and it was a really nice experience to work with this team. Question number 13. I'm a really lucky artist because my audience gives me this freedom to be an authentic artist. I have released many different albums, but my audience is open-hearted and open-minded, and I have a lovely relationship with my fans and friends and followers. I feel completely free, and that is something I want to say thank you for to everybody out there who has supported me throughout the years. Number 14. I would love to work with Kate Bush. She is just such an amazing artist and such an amazing singer, and she has such an amazing personality, and she's always been in my eyes and to my ears very authentic. It's a pity that Ozzy Osbourne is not touring anymore. We heard that a couple of weeks, and I'm very sorry for that, because he is also one of my biggest idols. Number 15. I have experienced beautiful live shows in smaller clubs in front of a handful of people, and I've experienced huge festivals with 100,000 people. I can't say what I enjoy the most, but I really remember one concert in 2001 with my former band Theatre of Tragedy, where all my family and friends were gathered in the venue. That was something really special to me. That was in Stavanger, 2001. Number 16. On my second solo album, Enter My Religion, I actually had a Greek guitar player. Well, he played any string instrument, including Greek string instruments, and he brought a lot of spices onto this album. So I have some experience with Greek music, and the idea of an album with a Greek verse, why not? If you can teach me how to pronounce Greek perfectly, then I would be able to do it. If you have to deal with real difficulties in your life, the only way is going inside and to anchor and connect with your soul, and there you will find, first of all, peace, and there you will find all the authentic answers. 18. Yes, music has always been a safe place for me, like a magic bubble where I could heal. Every time I went on stage, I felt like being kind of high, and I felt very energized after a show, so I was hardly ever sick on tour. Yes, it's a way to let out my thoughts and emotions and to feel free. And this is also something I talk about in my masterclasses, that music is healing. Yes, I love classical music, and I'm a huge fan of Montserrat Caballé, and she is one of my idols. I used to study her a lot, and I think she is one of the most amazing singers on this planet. And together with Freddie Mercury, Barcelona, I think that's one of the best compositions and duets ever made in music history. 20. To me, love is freedom, and freedom means love. And that means that when you meet your soul partner, you will feel how it is to love somebody with everything he or she is. as well as you can be your true authentic self, having no fears to show your true authentic self. Love to me should be when you find your right partner, your partner for life. It's unconditional love. "21. I really love painting, and when I listen to music, I see colors, and sometimes I really like to put music on a canvas, and that is why I love painting so much, because this is well, painting is also connected to music." 22. My greatest influence in my own art has always been my heart and my soul, as well as interest in history and ancient languages. Well, yes, the years between 2016 and 2020 were kind of busy, where I was really trying to get back on track, to sort out my personal life, my daily life with my family, and I never really felt lonely, because there was so much going on, so much to take care of, and I have wonderful friends and a wonderful family. And I've never been afraid of spending time with myself, but sometimes I felt like I hope it's not going to be like this forever. And I knew that at the end of the tunnel there would be light, and there was. I found myself, my true power, my true creativity came back. I could set my boundaries. I could speak out my worths, and I could be authentic and open up my heart again. 24. My ideal target for myself as a singer and composer for the future will always be authentic. And if you are authentic, the creative flow can flow through your heart, and that is what art is to me. It's opening up your heart, and it's being authentic. 25. I hope as soon as possible. It would be great to come back to Cyprus for a show with my whole band, or for further masterclasses teachings with music, high schools and academies with classes. I would love to do so, and it was a great experience to be here last week and to see that there are so many beautiful people in Cyprus who would like to educate their voices, to get to learn their inner and outer voices, to specialize. So it would be an honor to be back. 26, the last questions. I really would say thank you to everybody who has been there for me throughout all these years, supporting me album by album. And this album is my most special one. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you can sense the deep emotions behind it. And I really hope to see you again very soon for a concert or for masterclasses. And be safe, everybody. And thank you so much for this interview.